Well, hello everyone and welcome to Norwich Theatre, and I'm here on the stage of the set of Waitress, and joining me are the fabulous cast of Waitress.
Yeah! I love those guys.
It's your last week of the tour. How does it feel to finally, come to the end and actually be in Norwich as well? How does it feel, everyone?
I'm sad, very sad. This might be a bit of a low-key interview for you because we're just all gutted.
It's quite surreal actually. We've gone so long knowing what the end week would be, and then when you finally enter it, it kind of hits you harder than you thought it would have, because you can't prepare for something like finishing a show that you've done with the same people for a year. So it's very surreal, but it's been amazing. Yeah.
And for some people, we're in the show pre-pandemic, which feels like a lifetime ago when that first happened. So it's like 3 to 4 years of your life.
Of course. Chelsea, the music of the show plays a big key part. Why do you think it's so popular now, and it's been kind of popularised through like TikTok and Spotify, and people have used it in like reels and kind of like popular music? Why do you think it's become so popular?
Well, Sarah Bareilles just writes stunning music, and she writes such like heartfelt and catchy songs, and not only are they brilliant within the show, but I think they're brilliant as standalone songs because they all tell a story just as they are alone. So that's why I think people will sing them on TikTok or do them as there's so many covers of She Used to Be Mine, because also I think it can be interpreted in loads of different ways as well, but ultimately they're just brilliant, stunning songs. So
and George, you have a song which is probably the most TikTok famous one that I know. And I was watching Waitress a couple of months ago down in Southampton, and I had never seen the show before. And I turned to the person I was with. I was like, I recognise this song from somewhere. Why do you think it's so popular?
I don't know. It's pretty catchy. No, I'm trying to work out why it kind of crazed so much.
What is it on TikTok that it does? Is there a trend?
It's from "Oh You Can Try" through the chorus up to "Love You, Love You."
And what did it do?
People do loads of different things. One of them is just the thing that's weird is that some people have done it in a bit of a stalkish way, like that the camera will just zoom in on themselves while they're singing it, or they'll be like the camera will be panning round and they'll be following it with their face. So it kind of took a bit of a dark. I'm not the proudest of why it's gone popular, but it's cool that then people come to the show and go, oh, I recognise this song. So it's good for me, I guess.
And last week or the week before, there was a couple of ladies at the front who were actually clapping along, which I've never experienced before, and it brought all of us so much joy.
I don't think I've ever corpsed really badly on stage, and I was so close that day. Like I could feel tears here, and I was gripping onto Evie like, please make it stop. But going off what Chelsea was saying as well, all of Sarah's music, regardless of if in the musical or just standalone songs, are so story driven anyway. So then incorporating them into a show, it just is a no-brainer for someone like Sarah to create a musical like this. And it makes it so much easier for us as performers to have such brilliant lyrics, and the structure of the songs. It's so fun for us just to actually get to perform. You're not having to really find why is this lyric meaning this. It's all there for you. So it's just been amazing.
You have to try.
Yeah.
The lyrics literally do it.
David and Wendy, you have spent some time learning your roles for the show.
Yeah.
What have you enjoyed the most about learning them? Wendy, we'll go with you first.
I'm doing something completely different. I've never worked with props like this before.
You didn't enjoy the props. Don't go with that.
No, but I enjoyed knowing that I was learning something new, that I could say I've done this. I mean, pick up the fork on one, put it down on two. If you don't, somebody else can't do something else. All that is completely unknown to me. I usually just come on and do a big old song and sit back in my dressing room. But no, this was really good to stretch myself with this. It's very unusual for me. Also to work with 3 women. I've never really done that. I'm usually sort of quite a standalone singer, so it's really nice to work off 2 other women as great as Chelsea and Evie. I think, and one of the greatest things I love in the reviews, they always mention how well we work together and how much we.
It's that chemistry on stage.
Yeah, the chemistry
you have.
Because it doesn't always work, obviously. But we work very well together, and people can see that we care about each other a lot. So that always means a lot to me.
How about you, David?
I get to do the opposite. I get to show up and do a song and then sit in my dressing room. But I think, I was talking about the other day to Chelsea that like every time I'm on stage, as long as I'm having fun, it kind of works.
Yes.
There's so much joy in this character and this relationship, and all the songs are so joyful and energetic, and there's loads of fun to be had, and we sadly do corpse quite a lot. So yeah, as long as I'm having fun. So what a brilliant thing to do 8 times a week.
Yeah.
Because often you can have a role where you go out and, you know, open a vein 8 times a week and get depressed and down, and that, you know, it can be difficult, but this is just joyous 8 times a week. It fills you full of joy.
And Evie, what would you say to someone who's never seen the show before, doesn't know anything about it? What would you say to them to encourage them?
You missed it.
Yeah, well now.
It's over now.
At least I don't have to worry about spoilers. In interviews, I'm always like, oh, what can I say to not give it away? It's so joyous.
Yeah.
It's life affirming. You'll cry happy tears and sad tears. When I went to see it in New York, knowing nothing about it, I just left feeling so uplifted and just, you know, and humming everything. And just, yeah, it is like life affirming, I would say, is the key.
I think one thing that when I saw it, I left with just feeling warmth in my heart, and that's what I felt that I left with.
It is hot at the minute.
I also think it's an amazing story because it doesn't, although it is focused on romantic relationships, the key relationships are those between friends, and I think those are often overlooked in stories. So it's nice to be able to play that as well.
And lastly, I mean, this is probably a question that you might get asked a lot and probably changes as the tour goes on, but favourite song of the show at the moment, let's say. Evie, we'll start with you.
Soft Place.
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
Mine was that for the whole tour, and then over like the last couple of weeks, it's turned to Only Takes a Taste.
Really?
Yeah. So David.
Place.
Soft Place as well.
Bad Idea for me, I think, at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bad Idea was my favourite for a long time, and then I feel like just as we're coming to the end, Soft Place, I think just, you know, feeling a bit more sentimental sort of near the end. It's just I don't know, it's really making me think about all the fans who come and see the show all the time, and they're all quite sort of young girls with like their whole lives ahead of them, and it's making me really think about them because they're always sat in the front row, and just they've been so supportive, as of many people, but and just obviously as one door is closing here for all of us, you know, just thinking about what you want next and what you want next. I guess that's the sort of the one that's getting me
emotional.
Now, Waitress is only here at Norwich Theatre Royal until Saturday the 20th of August. Tickets are limited now, so please make sure you book online at norwichtheatre.org or call our box office on 01603 630000. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.